Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Throwing Bombs. This is Ricky Rod.
This is Gage Gwynn coming at you for week 15 of the podcast, week 14 of the NFL.
Yes, and this is a podcast from a fan perspective, not a media perspective.
Slightly opinionated takes.
Yes.
Slightly incorrect factual takes.
Yes. Listen,
It's fine.
we're just having fun.
Yeah. I mean,
But listen, I have two words for you today. Miami Miracle.
Dolphin. Okay, yeah, that's fine too. Man,
Literally, I mean, my phone, 3 minutes after that play.
you got like 20 texts. didn't
Oh,
you?
my phone blew up. My social media blew up.
Yeah.
It all blew up. But I got an instant news, my news app on my iPhone hit a notification, and they were already calling it the Miami Miracle 3 minutes after the play happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they had already named the play.
The Miami Miracle.
So, if you were watching that game and you were thinking that I was going to lose my mind, I absolutely lost my mind. The dogs, I was in my bedroom. The dogs, they were all hanging with me. We've been snowed in, by the way. If y'all are listening and you're not from North Carolina,
it was like 16 inches of snow.
we had 16 inches of snow. It all fell late Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
Yep.
Snowed half of the day Sunday, but we got a lot of snow. We were snowed in. Thank God we had power, so I was able to watch the game. I had the game on my iPad. My satellite wasn't working, but I had it on my iPad, and I was listening to it through my phone with Sirius Satellite. And anyway, I literally lost my freaking mind. The Patriots had set up that play to play
Hail Mary.
Yeah, they went for a Hail Mary. They had Gronk in there, to catch the ball or whatever, and the Dolphins called that little lateral pass play. They said that they run the play not even with the defense. I guess they just run it in their shorts. Mm-hmm. They've only done it a couple of times this season. They do it in the walkthrough.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty awesome to watch that play happen. Drake owned the Patriots last year at home.
Right.
Kenyon Drake.
Mm-hmm.
He's hurt this season. He's had a shoulder injury, so Frank Gore's been splitting a lot more of the carries with him this year.
Right.
And he is a special player, that Kenyon Drake. He got that ball, and there was nothing better than to watch Gronk.
Hopelessly, reach for him as he went to the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a play that I was just chilling. I'd been snowed in, and I was checking scores, and all of a sudden I saw the Dolphins game had become very, very close, and Patriots had just scored. I was like, let me go tune into that, and I saw that happen, and I was like, what in the crap just happened?
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. It was a tough game, because it was for the Dolphins to score that many points. I didn't think we're going to be able to keep up with the Patriots. It was just a blow for blow kind of game, which is typically is with the Patriots when we play them at the Dolphins. But Tannehill got hurt at the end of the first half. He got his ankle stepped on, had to go to the locker room, get an x-ray. They taped him up, and he came back out, and showed resilience.
Yeah.
It's typical Dolphins team. They can get hot for a couple of games, and then, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I know we're all Dolphins fans and we're biased, but he did make a point that we were really only blown out once this year, as in just totally out of a game. You know what I'm saying? It was against the Patriots, unfortunately. But I feel like, and he's right. Every other game, I feel like we've been in every game, and just a couple of plays here and there, you got 2 extra wins, So, but it's the NFL. It's the December. This time of year, crazy, crazy things happen. It's football. It's like the NFL has designed the schedule to be this way. So we just had lunch at Mountain Burrito, and we were talking about how the teams that are built to run the ball and play defense are starting to show out now.
Yeah, and the offensive teams are really struggling.
Because, I mean, the Saints, I know won this week, but they still struggled.
Yeah.
Struggled hard, right? They're still struggling. The Rams struggled awful against Chicago. Trubisky threw 3 picks. I think 3 or 4 picks in that game.
Right.
Statistically, the Bears should have lost that game, but the Rams were that bad. It's like the Rams forget that they have Todd Gurley playing running back for their team.
Yeah, he only had 11 carries.
Yeah, it's like they totally forgot about him.
Yeah, Jared Goff had 4 picks.
Yes.
Trubisky had 3.
Yeah, Goff played his worst game by far of the season. Their offense started struggling, and it tells you how good the Bears' defense is. The Bears can run the ball, right? Mm-hmm. The Bears can play defense, and Trubisky can move the sticks with his legs if he has to. So they're the dangerous NFC team. They can unseat anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And then, on the AFC side, really the only major surprise was the Patriots losing. They could have clinched some things.
Right, yeah.
I think the Chiefs did clinch their playoff berth.
Well, there was another surprise.
Oh.
The Steelers losing.
Yeah, the Steelers, man. But, going back to the Chiefs, that was a really good game against your Ravens. I texted you in this game because Lamar Jackson, right?
He's
the future of that franchise, bro.
He is.
He proved it to me.
It's going to take time to get there.
He proved it to me. Because the Chiefs are no slouches.
No.
And I know defensively their statistics aren't that great.
Well,
but it's inflated.
With Lamar, he shows a lot of promise. He's making smarter plays.
I mean, he made it
progressing. He made it very close.
You can watch defenses struggling with him.
Well, yeah, because they don't know what he's going to do.
Yes, and I think, I mean, it's clear to me that I think Flacco is going to be done for sure next year.
Oh, yeah.
He won't be with the franchise. Yeah, and I think RG3 will be your backup.
It's really sad because I love Flacco. I've always loved Flacco.
Yeah, I know you're loyal to him. Hey, he won you guys a ring.
Yeah, I mean, 11 touchdowns in that Super Bowl run. Like, it's crazy, but you got to think of the best options for now. And
it's just watching.
Lamar is better.
And they're playing, they're playing good defense and they're running the ball, and
they're going back to what they're good at.
And I still say this. I think this, even me being a Dolphins fan, and me not liking Andrew Luck, I still think the Ravens are the best team set up. They can steal that division because the Steelers...
they keep losing.
The Steelers are awful.
Yeah.
What has happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
The absence of Le'Veon Bell is showing itself so bad right now.
And what's funny is the media talked about Le'Veon Bell
you see where he liked
every day for months. Every day for months. The minute he didn't show up and the minute, that ended, it's almost like he fell off the planet.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, or the news-wise, he's falling off the planet.
Right.
But I'm thinking to myself, that caliber of player, right? He's unbelievable. That's the kind of player that lifts your team when you go through the bad parts, the bad part of your season, right?
Right.
Like, you have to wonder with Le'Veon Bell in the month of December how different the Steelers would be and would look. Because I'll give you a perfect example. The Dallas Cowboys, right? That team is based on defense, incredible defense, and running the ball. They get Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Had a career game this weekend. Dak Prescott is flourishing with him on that team.
He had 450 pass yards, dude.
Yes, Dak Prescott with him on that team, it's the perfect fit. Maybe they knew it was going to be a perfect fit. I don't know, but that team is trending the correct way.
Right.
Right? Running the ball, playing defense. I still think the Ravens are set up. They could steal that division by doing what they're doing. Right?
Yeah,
running the ball, playing defense.
Here's the thing, it all falls on Pittsburgh's shoulders.
Yes,
because they can just win out.
They're
let me look at their schedule right now.
They're horribly inconsistent.
Actually,
what's their schedule like?
They play the Patriots this week. The next week they play the Saints. And then they play the Bengals. So I'm thinking they're gonna go 1-2.
Maybe
to finish the season. They would be 8-7-1, and then we go to the Ravens schedule.
What do they got?
Let me go to it right now because I don't think.
What are the Ravens right now?
They're 7-6. They're
Okay.
only a half game back.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins are 7-6. The Colts are 7-6. The Ravens are 7-6, and then there's a couple of other teams in there. The Broncos.
The Ravens,
and believe it or not, the Browns.
The Ravens need to win out because they have.
What do they got?
They got the Buccaneers,
They could win.
the Chargers, which they can win,
Yep.
and the Browns, which is going to be a tough game.
None of those games are cakewalks.
No, but the problem is they're showing more consistency than Pittsburgh, even if
Absolutely, I agree.
they're losing and winning games. But the problem is Pittsburgh just like to have they won like 9 in a row, right? Or no, 7 in a row.
Yeah, they went on a great run.
And then
James, by the way, the majority of that run was built running.
Yeah.
Literally running with James Conner.
Well, here's the thing.
James Conner, he's been injured and he's not been playing well.
I looked up the stats from that.
Well, I'm not sure he's not been playing well. I just know he hasn't been productive.
Been injured, right?
Yeah.
I went to the Raiders and Steelers game. You know how many pass yards they had? They had 290. You know how many rush yards they had? 40.
Wow.
Over 20 carries, 40 yards.
I mean, it's hard for me to discount
Just think
a Tomlin team, because Tomlin teams have proven, if they've proven anything, they can come out the next week and throw a 50 burger up on whoever.
But then they can lose by like 20
or they can lose by the same amount.
I just don't understand.
So they're just very inconsistent. I think, we're seeing Big Ben as being inconsistent. I think we're seeing some things. We're seeing some holes with them. Their defense has been suspect. All of a sudden they get their crap back together. Then, and obviously the surprise of the season in that division, even though we were pulling for them, is
Browns.
Cleveland.
They're 5-7.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what they've done.
Just think about this.
What's his name? Mayfield is fearless. He made a throw to Jarvis Landry in triple coverage
because he knows
it was an incredible throw, and Jarvis is going to catch everything that's thrown to him. He's arguably probably one of the best hands I've seen. I mean, when he was on the Dolphins, he was our best offensive player.
Oh yeah.
And in this offense, they use him about the same way. But they're using him. They're running some different routes with him. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, Baker Mayfield is fearless. He's, again, the week before, he had, a 3-4 pick game, right? Yeah. And then this week he comes out and shows out.
Yep.
And that's what he's going to do. But, man, that division, woo!
Here's the thing, man. The Browns are 5-7-1. Steelers are 7-5-1. Ravens are 7-6. The Browns are only a game and a half back.
This could be great. The next 3 weeks are going to be incredible.
Just think about this. The Browns,
is that what we got left? 3 weeks?
Yeah, the Browns could win the next 3 games, and the Steelers and Ravens could the Steelers can. I think if they lose one game and they're tied with the Browns, I'm pretty sure the Browns still have an advantage over them. The Browns would win the division.
That's a crazy division.
It's ridiculous.
And so, we did have a discussion at lunch. You brought something up, and you had some statistics I thought that were interesting.
Yes.
And so we might as well, we brought this up a couple of weeks ago because I think it's important to talk about. We talk about the teams that last year swapped out quarterbacks. So we're talking about the Vikings, who got Kirk Cousins. We're talking about the Broncos,
who got Case
Keenum. And then obviously the Skins, Rip, got Alex Smith. Our prayers are with him and his family. If you don't know what's happened to Alex Smith, basically the team announced last week that they're, basically to leave their family alone. Alex Smith had, the leg surgery. The team released something right after the surgery, said, hey, they plan to have him back next year, fully back. And then last week they had to send out another press release that there was an infection from the surgery, and it's bad. I've only read a few things, but basically it's bad, and it could endanger him even coming back to the field, to the football field. So our thoughts and prayers with Alex Smith. But those were the 3 big free agent quarterback changes last year. Right. And if we look at the records of those teams, right?
They're all pretty even.
I mean, arguably Alex Smith, until he got injured, was the best.
Yeah, like they were 6-3. They were
Yes.
trending upwards, then he got injured. Now they're 6 and
Yes.
what?
Yes, I mean, I mean, I even read where Jay Gruden may get fired because the team is so bad. But Mark Sanchez got benched. They were so bad. I mean, they're just so bad. So they're just, it's such a different team without Alex Smith. And
Right.
then you've got Casey Keenum at the Broncos.
Which they're
Right.
they're surging
They're
upwards
surging.
until they
You know what's
lost.
funny is their coach Vance Joseph was like, "Hey, I want him to take more risks." It's just like Case Keenum is playing too conservative, which is really funny because the rumor is that the old coach, what was his name? The guy that Kubiak.
Yeah.
Kubiak, is working for the team again. Started working for the team a couple of years ago, I think in the front office. And then I had read that he's getting more involved with the offense as of like a month ago.
Oh yeah.
Gary Kubiak wants to run the ball and just play action and good defense. That's what they're going to do. Case Keenum has actually done pretty well the last month, I think. I think he's trending a better direction than you know who. And his name is Mr. Kirk Cousins, $68 million man.
$84 million man.
$84 million man, sorry.
I have-
guaranteed. That was guaranteed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all guaranteed.
I have 2 statistics for you.
Well, yeah.
Kirk Cousins is. Can you guess what He's played 7 Monday Night Football games. Can you guess how many he's won?
Has he even won any?
He's won 0.
Yeah, he was awful.
And
Primetime games. They talked about it last night.
And Kirk Cousins has played 28 teams over 500 in his career. You know how many he's won
What?
against? 4. He's 4-24
Against teams
over 500. What in the world?
You know what that is, Gage? And I'm not comparing him at all to Tannehill. At all.
Right.
Okay. But I've watched this with Tannehill. Who I just told you at lunch. Tannehill, when Tannehill's the quarterback of the Dolphins, compared to Brock Osweiler, obviously,
Yep.
it's a totally different team.
Oh yeah.
Right? Totally different team. But at the end of the day, what's Tannehill's win-loss stats right now? Like, can you pull that up?
Yeah.
Like
overall in his career.
yeah. And you're going to find he's even. Like, he's not, he may be under his win-loss stats. He may not even be even right now. Of course, he didn't get an $84 million contract, but he did get a really good contract a couple of years ago.
Right.
Like, they got him up to that $16 million a year tier. But whatever his lifetime record is, Tannehill, it's probably average or below.
I'm trying to find it, but
Okay, so whenever you find it, but I'm pretty sure it's is average at best or below. Okay, and that's the problem, Gage. In the NFL, quarterbacks are going to get paid regardless. If you show any kind of promise, any kind of upside,
yeah.
the franchise loses its mind, and they're going to go out and get a QB.
Tannehill is 42-43.
Yeah, there you go. And that's it. That's his career in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. He's been average. And that's it. And the Dolphins have committed to him year after year. They haven't brought in any competition, right? And what's Kirk Cousins' lifetime?
Let me find him. 32-36. He's less
Yeah, there you go.
than Tannehill.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I've always called Kirk Cousins overrated.
And that's what it boils down to, man. Like, listen, very rarely do you come across a quarterback that takes a team to a Super Bowl that's just always average, and then one year they get a lightning in a bottle. It does happen. But most of those teams that have like that one good quarterback, that one good year quarterback, usually have immensely good defenses. Mm-hmm. It's not like that's just the way it is. So the teams overpay. The Vikings overpaid for Kirk Cousins. I'm wondering why they couldn't pay Casey Keenum.
I don't know. I mean, he would have been cheaper.
I don't
could have upgraded on different things around him.
I don't understand. They had such a good year with Case Keenum, and then it just doesn't make any sense, and you're just watching teams make these decisions. The Vikings have other issues. I think they're not committed to running the ball. And they've talked about, the coach has been like, hey, we got to run the ball more, blah, 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 blah. Well, they're not really doing that, So all this money spent, and for what,
Right.
And Alex Smith really was the best of all those guys. And you know what? Next year, we're going to have the same discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Next season, we'll have the same discussion because next year, I'm about 95% sure that Manning, Eli will be
Yep.
out in the market.
Joe Flacco.
Bortles, Flacco.
Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Woo!
I would give up 2 first-round picks right now and go get. I would.
Well, yeah, it's reasonable.
I would go get them. I would absolutely go get them right now.
He transforms a team.
I would, if I were a GM wanting to make a crazy move, especially in the AFC,
Yep.
because there is a certain quarterback that is trending not the right way, and his name's Mr. Tom Brady.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying, we're starting to see chinks in the armor in the AFC with the Patriots. Now, listen, I'm not taking anything away from the Patriots. They're still, and honestly, they're still the team to beat in the AFC, regardless of the records with the Chiefs, regardless with the Chargers. I don't care. You still have to beat the Patriots. But Tom Brady is not like Tom Brady 5-6 years ago.
No, here's what I've noticed this year is like you look at Mahomes and Jared Goff and
God,
people
did you
like that.
see that no look pass?
Yeah,
Mahomes
that's what I was
made?
about to say.
What kind of crap is that?
They do these things like improv. They
If you're listening to this and you haven't seen that, go on YouTube, type in
oh my gosh,
Mahomes no look pass.
he literally just like it's like a no looking basketball.
Yeah,
Except he threw it like 20 yards down the field.
But so we've been watching those guys play.
Yeah, and they thrive on their ridiculous arms and their ability to stretch a play out and improvise and really seek through options. And then you look at
when Goff is playing well, he didn't play well this week. But when Goff is playing well,
it's the same thing.
He's not as fast with his legs, but he does similar things.
Right.
And you see it a lot. Obviously, Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
I think as his throwing gets better, we're going to see crazier stuff with
Josh
him.
Allen too.
Josh Allen's starting to do that. He's discovered his legs.
Oh
all
my
of a sudden,
gosh, he's ripping defenses
yeah,
up.
so we're watching these younger quarterbacks come in with these crazy arms, doing this crazy stuff. Mahomes throwing these crazy throws, and arguably for the first time, Tom Brady looks vanilla. He looks like vanilla ice cream right now.
Yeah, like whereas the younger guys are improving and doing their thing, Brady's whole thing is systematic and timing. And whenever
and how much do you think that has to do with just his limits?
Well, yeah,
do you think it's because of his limits?
Yeah, it definitely is because, timing is something that if done precisely can never be beat.
Exactly.
In NFL. And that's how they thrive.
You can say that Peyton Manning got 2 extra years playing that way.
Right, yeah.
Because towards the end of Peyton Manning's career,
especially that last year, that was some
bro, he
stanky,
was throwing ducks, and of course they changed their style as a team. They went for more of a defense run.
Well,
first.
he got benched for Brock Osweiler.
I mean, he's never been on. I mean, Peyton Manning was never on a run first team ever.
No,
they were never. In fact, for 12 straight years, he basically ran the offense on the field.
Yep.
And then that was. But hey, he got another ring from that, and he was able to adjust to that system, even though he didn't play that great. He played well enough for them to win a Super Bowl. But
I think Breeze is in a similar fashion.
Yes.
Except his receivers are more talented.
Yeah,
Brady
and he seems more accurate. He's more accurate than Brady.
He doesn't have as much of an arm though.
No, but he's more accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I will say like Brady is a little less accurate, but his receivers aren't very great, so he has to resort to timing and route. And quick
he
routes.
made some. I mean, listen, he made some incredible throws yesterday. He played fine.
Oh, yeah.
And we've said this multiple times. Even Tom Brady declining is still better than most of the quarterbacks in the league. But for the first time since I can remember in a long time, we're seeing a separation that he is not in the top discussion of quarterbacks right now. He's just not. He isn't. I think he's like 5. Right now, I think Phillip Rivers is playing better than Brady.
I can see that. Yeah,
You know, I think Brady's.
I think
okay. I
top
can name.
five.
I think Mahomes.
Mahomes,
Yes.
Breeze.
Yes, and then you can fill in anybody else in there. You could put Goff up there. Yes.
I wouldn't put. I put Goff at 5.
Oh, I think
I
he's
would
better
put.
than
I would
that.
put P. Riv at
Yes,
3,
yes.
Brady at 4, Goff at 5.
Really?
Just because Brady has that.
See, I think Goff is better than Brady right now.
I think Goff is more talented, like just because his physical abilities are greater than Brady right now. But the problem is he doesn't have that clutch aspect or the IQ or
True,
the knowledge to really put him
but
above.
the fact that Tom Brady isn't isn't in the top 3. He isn't. You know. He
Right,
is-
it's
I cannot say that
surprising.
word. He isn't. He isn't even in the top 3.
And you know, Patrick Mahomes isn't even really like crazy knowledgeable either. It's just the problem
No,
is
he's playing.
his talent is so absurd.
I will say this, like I was so skeptical the first month, right, when he was lighted
I
up.
remember that.
I was very skeptical.
Like,
and
Rick, come on, just start
but
drinking the Kool-Aid,
But
man.
I watched him play. I kept on watching him play, and then the thing that sold me on him.
Didn't he throw for like 6 touchdowns one game?
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Well, I watched that game.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm always interested in how quarterbacks read the field. Like, I could still argue that Cam Newton only reads half the field, and he probably only read half of the field
Yeah.
for most of his career until the last couple of years. RG3 was the same way. RG3 never really made it through all the reads.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of quarterbacks that they cover up how much he needs to read. That's how I know Baker Mayfield is going to be okay. Because I can see Baker making all the reads. He's not just going for the first read or the second read. Dude, Tannehill for 4 years straight, I swear to God, he was like a robot. If it wasn't there by the second read, he'd throw the ball away. Or but I watched him. I've watched him the last couple of years start reading the entire field.
Yeah.
Mahomes can read the entire field plus, right?
Here's
and his wide receivers, like, when he made that no-look pass,
yeah.
he's been doing that in
Yeah,
practice.
they just know.
They know. His wide receivers know not to stop.
Yep.
How are you going to defend that?
Yeah, really. I mean, like, people are like, why isn't... I consider Mahomes a rookie. I don't. I do not.
No.
Because he had that whole first year to sit and grow and learn.
And they said Alex
polish.
Smith really took him in
Right.
and poured into him.
And
Like,
that's the difference. Like, I mean...
and we talked about this at lunch. I think his team likes him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's a dill hole. Like, it doesn't, like, I get that feeling with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure his own players like him. I think they respect him. I mean, obviously, you respect goat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But, like, we even talked about this. I think you can tell Brady has a camaraderie
Yeah.
with the guys he's with all the times. I mean, what's his name? Josh
Gordon?
Josh Gordon has said that he was talking about the conditioning from the Patriots, like how they've been able to help him get healthier this season because
yeah.
when he went there he was injured.
Yeah.
Obviously that was a lot of drama. And then he said that Brady's helped him. This is Josh Gordon when he was at the Cleveland Browns was like the freaking cockiest dude on the team.
Yeah, I know.
He was like the face of that franchise and never played, and
Yeah.
now he's you can tell he's like, oh, I think this is how a real team is. You can see that.
A team that knows success.
But he's saying positive things about Brady,
yeah.
but I think he's saying some other things that you necessarily wouldn't see other wide receivers say. Because you could say that Josh Gordon's accomplished, even as little as he's played. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to prove anything. Like, everybody knows when he's on the field, he's probably the best wide receiver on the field. But now with Tom Brady, we're starting to see things that, oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, really, as he's gotten better, that offense has gotten better. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Brady, he even looks weird on his dropbacks, by the way.
Right.
I think he's hurt.
He might be.
Yeah, I just think he's not healthy.
I still have that football database pulled up from where you told me to look up Tannehill stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the numbers are fascinating on here.
Oh, very much.
Like, Flacco gets a lot of heat. He's actually won 96 games and lost 67.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
won 30 more games. Same with Alex Smith. Alex Smith's won 30 more games.
Yep.
Eli Manning has only won 5 more games than he's lost.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
won,
I mean,
116 and 111.
he's. I mean, Eli Manning only had his best games like in the playoffs. Like he just went
Yeah,
off,
I
and then he
know.
had a couple of seasons where they were great.
Yeah.
After the Super Bowl.
And you have like Breeze, who's won like 50 more. Then you have Brady, that's won 150 more. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Brady, that's stupid.
I'm trying to see who's like all time the winningest quarterback.
Oh, I mean, it's got to be Brady, right?
Yeah, Brady is by 20 games.
Yeah, and then it was probably
And he
Peyton
has
Manning.
the highest percentage by far.
Oh yeah. It's not the statistics him and that team have put up. Like that's where I have to give Belichick credit. Like Belichick knows he's got a Hall of Famer. He's got the greatest of all time, and then he's capitalized coaching that team to be the greatest of all time. I'm not sure any other coach could really get that level of productivity out of a team as long as Belichick has.
Right.
And that's the last positive thing I'm going to say about Bill Belichick. I hate him.
Well, hey, how about we move on to some
Let's do some
of
picks.
let's do the recap from last week.
Okay, that's good.
So, weekly pick'em. Got to head over to that real quick. And gotta go back a week. Okay, let's start out with the Thursday night game from last week. The Titans beating the Jaguars by 21.
Yeah, that was a snooze fest.
Dude, that one play was not. Derrick
Yeah.
Henry getting the 99-yard touchdown.
It was good.
That was like crazy. Next, we got Jets beating the Bills by 4. Honestly, this game is just such a toss-up that I didn't really care who won, but I did see Josh Allen carve up the Jets defense for like 110 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Like, he's just running like crazy, dude. Because his running backs suck right now. I mean, LaShawn McCoy is trying, but he's injured half the time. So, there's that. Next, we got the Browns beating the Panthers. Man, I loved going on Facebook as this was happening. Because
Yeah.
everyone's like, fire Cam Newton, fire McCaffrey, fire Ron Rivera. I'm like, shut your mouth. Oh
Everybody
my gosh.
lost their minds. Well, let's talk about that real quick. I mean, the Panthers aren't that great. Okay. I think Cam's hurt. Somebody made the statement to me yesterday, hey, what do you think if we just got rid of Cam? I'm like, I'd take him in a heartbeat. If I were a GM
Yeah.
of a team, I would go after Russell Wilson first, and then I'd go get Cam.
About 26 teams need a quarterback of Cam Newton's caliber right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So if there's going to be any changes on that team, there could be major. It's going to be the head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't think they should make any changes. I think that team's suffering from they've lost a lot of defensive coordinators over the last couple of years. With that, and they just need to get their defense in order. I know this is a gross generalization, but 2 major things that I see with that team. Better defense overall, right? Mm-hmm. With Luke Kuechly, you should never struggle. They got to get a pass rush.
Oh, yeah.
And number 2, they're wideouts. They're wide receivers. I know. Did you see Kelvin Benjamin got released and picked up by the Chiefs?
Yeah,
by the
I
way?
saw that.
So that just makes them. That just lets the Panthers know they were right about moving on from Kelvin Benjamin. So that dude's a knucklehead, apparently.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, shout out to the Browns who are still looking at things.
Good for them, man. Good for them.
Next, Packers beating the Falcons.
Yeah, they showed out for old Joe Philbin.
Man, who knows? I mean, Aaron Rodgers is trying his best out there, and they finally came away with some actual effort from everyone else other than Aaron Rodgers. He broke Brady's streak without a completion, by the way.
Really?
This week, it was like ridiculous. Like attempts at without an interception. It was like
Wow.
300 and something in a row. He's only thrown one this year.
That's incredible.
He's like 22 touchdowns to 1 interception. Like he's playing lights out, and everyone else is like, let's like fumble on the last play of possession.
Yeah.
Let's commit 3 penalties. And,
I know.
Anyways,
I know.
their record should be so much better than it is right now.
I agree.
Their kickers lost 3 games for them.
Yep.
Moving on, Falcons are a dumpster fire, anyways.
They are.
Moving on to the Colts
I think
beating
there'll be
the
a coaching
Texans.
change there, I think.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Colts beating the Texans
Yeah,
I called this one too.
you did call that.
Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton
Great.
showed out.
Oh yeah. They exposed that defense.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but only Andrew Luck can do that though. I don't think every quarterback's gonna be able to do that. But
Oh,
anyway,
no.
good for them. They're still in the hunt.
Yep. We talked about the Ravens blowing it. Right.
Yep. Tough game.
Talked about the Pats and the Dolphins. Saints beating the Buccaneers by 14. I was not surprised in any way.
That was a fight though.
Shout out to John.
That was
for
a fight.
His good old Saints coming back.
It's just their
and
offense is
bouncing back. Very
off rhythm.
I think the Cowboys game really messed them up.
Well, it showed other teams how to play them.
Yeah.
It's a copycat league. They saw what they did on defense, and you better believe they adjusted to that.
Right. All right. Next, we got the Giants beating the Redskins. I chose the Redskins because I thought the team would be better overall, but
The Giants are
Confusing?
5-8,
they're confusing.
and there's a good chance they may end the season 8-8.
I know they're on fire right now.
Yeah, they fired. You know what they figured out? To run Saquon.
Hey, surprise!
They're like, hey man,
You got like
We run Saquon, we win
a
this.
6'3", 230 pound.
He's incredible.
4'5" running.
He's
ridiculous.
incredible. Eli, it makes Eli better. It makes everybody better.
Yeah. All right. Next, Chargers beating the Bengals. I mean, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah,
you have
that
Jeff
was-
Driscoll as your quarterback. I
That
don't
was-
know
yeah,
what you expect
that's-
from that.
The Bengals are done.
I chose the 49ers to beat the Broncos, and I was right
You
about
called
that.
You called it. I that was insane. Great. It was great. It was
Nick
good.
Mullins,
Yeah, that's so funny. Hey, he's gonna have a future next year. He'll be a backup somewhere.
free agent signing.
Yeah, he'll get a backup job somewhere.
Oh yeah. All right. Next, Cardinals losing to the Lions. I mean, I'm not surprised. I just chose it to be different.
Yeah, I got
So,
you.
you know.
I got you.
The Eagles losing to the Cowboys.
That was an
We have to talk
excellent.
about that.
That was a great game. That was a tough game. The Eagles are just not that great this year, and
Carson Wentz is trying his hardest out there, but
Oh,
their
man.
defense is purely garbage.
that defense is bad. And I mean, really, let's give it to the Cowboys with the Amari Cooper trade.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't pick a better fit for that offense.
Cowboys can finish 11-5. Dude.
Yes, they can. Yeah, I think they've got Zeke going. Zeke is just he is so good, man. He is a great player. And by the way, Sean Lee, I didn't see Sean Lee playing on the field, by the way. I told
really?
you that Sean Lee was supposed to come back. He magically did not come back.
Oh wow.
I'm like, you
Sean
know why?
Lee, where you
Van Der
at?
Esch, baby.
Yeah, Van Der Esch is killing it.
Dude, he made a hit. He made a couple of hits. I was like, yo, he's great.
Dude, my favorite record of
He reminds
teams-
me of Zach Thomas, old school, like
Oh,
the way he wears his
yeah,
pads and
yeah.
stuff.
I got you. Dude, honestly though, my favorite record of teams is when they're 8-5 because those next 3 games can make or break your season.
Oh yeah. So
You either go
I
8 and
still
8
think they're
or-
going to win that division, though.
Yeah.
I do think
It's pretty clear cut now that they beat the
Yes,
Eagles. If
yes.
the Eagles had won this game though,
it would have been a
a
different
toss
story.
up, dude.
Yeah, but I think they're going to win the division.
Yeah, I believe so too. Next, we got the Steelers and Raiders. We talked about the Raiders surprising everyone.
That kick, the kicker slipping.
Oh my God, Boswell. Yeah, I was
That-
like, oops, that's the perfect.
That
oh,
was awful.
that's hilarious.
It is great. I mean, I feel bad for him, but oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking. And Big Ben only played one play in that second half? I think they had.
He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, he got injured. He got hurt.
Yeah, they got Josh Dobbs out there.
Yeah.
And he did not play very well.
No.
4
No,
for
no,
9 pick.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Rams and Bears.
We
Talked
talked
about
about
that.
that.
And
Yeah.
then the Vikings and Seahawks talked about
We
that.
talked. Well, we didn't really talk about the game, but
We talked about
the
overrated
Seahawks.
man.
The Seahawks are the Seahawks. They'd be
Legit.
nothing. It's they talked about it last night, but
We got 2 guys.
they're running the ball and they're playing some defense. So and then Russell Wilson does what Russell Wilson magic.
They didn't have these 2 guys, they wouldn't be anything. Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner.
I mean, do you think
Wagner.
he's going to stay with them next year?
It depends on how good they do this year.
See, they're going to have an ownership change, right? Because their owner passed away this year.
yeah.
So I wonder what's going to happen with the ownership of the team. What's the league going to do about the ownership? Because that will change what Pete Carroll's going to do. I mean, Pete Carroll's got his job. He ain't going to go nowhere.
no, he's fine. I mean,
His
he's,
team's doing great.
He's one of the winningest coaches,
and they're
now.
showing out now in December like they always do.
Yeah,
So I don't. I mean, I joke about giving up two first round picks for Russell
Russ,
Wilson.
but I'm
you
serious.
better believe people have been contacting his agent already.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, that was week 14. Let's pick week 15's picks.
I already did it.
Pickety
Hey, I
picks.
actually did pretty good this week.
I
think you beat me though.
Did I? Let's see who's in first for the.
This week I did pretty good, but overall, I missed too many weeks. I missed like 2 weeks, so I'm just now catching up. So, but we could go ahead and go over week 15 if you want to, real fast.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. First off, we got Chargers at Chiefs. Ooh,
I went with the Chiefs.
I
field
shall
advantage.
do that also. Houston at Jets. I'm gonna have to pick Houston.
Yep, me too.
Oh crap. Okay.
This one's actually gonna be tough.
Browns and Broncos. I'm picking Browns, dude.
Me too.
I love it. Arizona and Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Arizona.
Ooh. And then the Bucks and the Ravens.
I'm picking Ravens, of
Yep,
course.
and I do think they can actually win that game.
Yeah, me
by
too.
The way. Lions and Bills. I'm picking the
Bills.
Lions.
Ooh.
Picking the Lions.
I think Josh Allen's going to keep ripping defenses up his
Dude,
legs, dude.
He's going to do that until his head gets knocked off. But
He has like 500 yards this
I
season
know.
rushing.
Well,
it's crazy.
they're
He has more
letting him
yards
run
than Lamar
now.
Jackson does.
Yeah, they're letting them run. So Packers at the Bears. I think Bears
Yeah, I'll pick Bears.
continue the rule of that division. I think the era of Joe Philbin will end with this game. No, I'm just kidding. Joe Philbin will coach through the end of the season, and then he'll be replaced with whatever coach.
Oh, yeah. Next, we got the Raiders and Bengals. I'm picking Raiders, dude.
I picked the Raiders.
And then we got Cowboys and Colts.
I know who you're picking. I'm picking the Cowboys.
Andrew Luck.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
Dude, they've won like 7 of the last 8. Come on now.
I know, man. They're doing great.
Skins and Jags. That's a tough game
Picking
because
the
they're so
Jags.
bad.
Yeah, I'm picking the Jags, though.
Yeah. Dolphins at Vikings. I'm picking Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins. I think we're going to be able to get a couple of picks.
Yeah.
On old Kirk Cousins.
Titans
Titans at
and
Giants. Believe it or not,
Titans.
I'm picking the Giants.
Oh,
Yeah, I am.
okay.
I think the Titans are going to get exposed. Seahawks 49ers.
Seahawks.
I picked the Seahawks. I don't even know how to. I mean, it's going to be a good game because
Yeah,
it's a
it'll be a good
divisional game, but I still think Seahawks.
Right.
Patriots at Steelers.
I picked Patriots, blah, blah, blah.
So let me say this right now.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this out there.
Yes.
If the Steelers cannot beat the Patriots now,
Yep.
even if the Steelers make the playoffs,
If they're not going to beat them now, then
they're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs.
no, they'll lose in the first round.
Like, this is put up or shut up for the Steelers. I think if the Steelers lose this game,
I don't think they're going to
it's
make the
wide,
playoffs.
it's wide open for your Ravens to take over the division. That is my call.
That's a nice hot take. I enjoy
I'm just
this.
telling you, Philly. I'm just telling you, though, man. The Steelers, they're disappointment. Okay,
I know.
Philly at the Rams. The Rams get back on track. They're at home. That is my call.
I want a wild card. Boom.
What?
Philly.
Are you kidding? Bro,
No, I'll pick the Rams. Just
Listen.
'cause next.
that Sean McVay, he's going to be like, all right, I didn't run Todd Gurley enough. This game,
He gets 200 yards.
he is going to freaking go crazy.
Yeah.
They got to get Goff playing better going into the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So I think they're going to be playing for home field advantage at this point. And then, of course, we got the Saints at the Panthers,
Obviously, Saints.
which, good Lord, a month ago, this should have been the best game of the month.
And now it's kind of like a garbage game. Honestly.
And now it's like Carolina's sort of done.
yeah. Well, you can just tell they lost hope, dude.
And, I mean, Carolina could win this game, and then some things could happen, but I just don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. So, but anyway, I hope everybody was safe with the snow and all the, I had some family that was without power for 72 hours, which was awful. So we spent yesterday. It was a mess yesterday. Literally getting out of the house. Outside of my studio, my car is still snowed in, and then I don't think my car is gonna be going anywhere for like 2 or 3 days.
It's fine.
We dug out enough to get our Jeep out, right? And Gage saw my driveway just about an hour and a half ago, and it was
Looks like it's almost impossible to get into unless you have a Jeep.
4-wheel drive. Yeah. So, but anyway, everybody have a safe week. It's getting exciting every
Sure
week.
is.
Crazier stuff is happening, and I think we're going to see crazier things happen.
The final stretch.
I think the final week of this NFL season is going to be bonkers. I think the only things that are going to be solid are going to be whoever gets the top of their divisions, right? Because we want to see the Patriots get there. The Patriots get there, the Chiefs and the AFC and the NFC. Now it's going to be a battle between the Rams, the Saints, and the Bears because it's all about that first round bye. Mm-hmm. That's the statistics for a team that has a first round bye are so much better. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't really start seeing teams make the wild card, win the Super Bowl till like the last 10 years.
Right.
It was very rare.
And side note.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the collective bargaining agreement with the way the teams are built now. That, I think the Packers did it. Remember when the Packers, the Ravens did it? Did the Ravens do it that year they won the Super Bowl where they went in as a wild card?
They were a wild card. Yeah, they were like number 5.
And they just won everything.
Yep.
And then the same thing with, the Packers did it a long time ago. It could be anybody's game, but we're going to want to see teams get the clinch, that first round bye.
Right. And side note, I can see that if the Ravens make the playoffs, they're going to have Flacco playing in the playoffs, dude.
Oh yeah. I think they'd be stupid not to change it up, just to make it hard on defenses.
The experience that Flacco has is just so much high. Like he's won. He has a positive record on the road in the playoffs.
It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch for sure. But I hope everybody has a great week. Be safe. We're still dealing with a lot of ice here, and I think we're going to be dealing with the ice apocalypse here for the next couple of days. I think. I about killed myself this morning when I let out the dogs. I was like, oh my god. But anyway, we do love you all. Visit Ruddy Man Beard. I saw Jimmy this past weekend. He is doing great. He said he sent out a ton of orders. So, but anyway, also, I'm working on a fun side project that I will announce shortly.
Oh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know what that is?
It is music related. It is guitar related. So it's going to be really fun. In fact, we're tracking drums for it tomorrow.
Whoa!
But anyway, But anyway, everybody have a good week. Catch up with us on bombhousepodcast.com or our Facebook page. Welcome to the Bomb House.
And hey, make them picks.
Oh yeah, get on there, make the picks, get all in there, because let me tell you, this is the best time to be an NFL fan. So peace out. You guys have a good week. We love tacos, so let Ricky do his thing pronto. Finish this session today, he gon' hit you with the mix tomorrow. Produce, record, mix, master it. Sounding so dope that it gets your past a little hit after hit after hit after hit. Hit after hit, lickety split. What's that smell? Apple cinnamon, Ready Man Big, got it from Jimmy Jam. Grab the pen again, let me hear it back again. Let me hear it back again.